So a show of hands, how many people are having fun at work? Oh, well, that's good. That's encouraging. Good, because we only have 10 minutes, so we'll have to do this quickly. So have you ever wondered how companies like Google, Zappos, Southwest, and many others create those amazing workplace cultures with world-class business results at the same time? So there's a common denominator or theme that runs through all of those companies, and that is a culture of fun. So it seems a little counterintuitive to think, right, that fun and work can even exist in the same sentence, let alone coexist harmoniously in the workplace. But I'm here to share with you today that it's not only possible, but that fun is the competitive advantage in business today. You all still with me? I know it's a bit of a mind stretch, right? So I'd like you to imagine a world where employees actually look forward to going to work every day. They're happy, they're productive, engaged, and employers, employees, and customers all benefit from fun at work. So a win-win-win scenario. So my personal journey with fun at work started over 20 years ago. I worked for a company as a young manager and in a company with a work hard, play hard ethic. And I totally understood the work hard part. I knew that that was part of every business success formula. I grew up in an entrepreneurial family. I saw my father work extremely hard to the point where I knew I wanted something different in my life. I wanted a little more balance. 80 hours a week seemed a little excessive. So I naturally gravitated towards the fun side of this company. It seemed natural and almost instinctual. And I started to incorporate it in my own personal style as a manager. And I was having amazing success. I was a young manager, and there were plenty of my counterparts who were older, more experienced, much more education, but I was really outperforming and having a great time at the same time. So I started to pay close attention to what this fun is all about, what's going on within this company that made them different. They're an extremely competitive industry, yet they continually outperform their competitors and receive national awards all the time. So in the early days of that company, fun was kind of casual, it was very informal, a lot of drinking after work, right? Anybody know that kind of fun at work, right? So drinking after work. And then, of course, there was the organized things like a summer picnic, an annual holiday party. And the employees loved it. You know, they would talk about it for weeks later, and they really liked it. And the company would also celebrate special achievements, milestones, open a new branch, or achieve some financial goal, and the company was quick to reward employees and do something after work. So I noticed that the leadership was really in control. They allowed this to happen. But as we matured as a company and grew, and the company was in a big growth stage, and the employees matured and grew, that fun after work seemed not so fun anymore, right? We all wanted our own time. We're all having families and kids, and you know the drill, rushing around after work to pick up kids and go to sports and all that stuff. So the world had changed, and we needed to adapt to it, and we did. We moved the fun in-house. And we formed a committee. We had 10 people on this committee, and we would plan fun activities in the workplace on company time, these short bursts of fun consistently throughout the year. And I thought, wow, what if fun is a process? What if it's not an event? What if we could take those euphoric, great feelings that you achieve, those fleeting feelings from an event, and make them last all year long? Wouldn't that be better? So I started to think as fun as a process. And then I started to wonder, geez, I wonder if any other companies are having the kind of success we're having. I'm in the distribution industry, not very fancy or glamorous. I wonder if anybody else is doing this. So I started researching fun in the workplace, and much to my delight, all this data started to emerge. It's talking about increases in creativity, morale, productivity, retention, recruitment, all the things that we were experiencing as a company. And still the data was not that concrete. It was a little loose. It was more feel-good kind of thing. But it still compelled me to keep going because I knew there was something there. I knew there was something about this fun stuff. So I then stumbled upon one of the foremost authorities of fun in the workplace, Dr. Paul McGee. And I'm on his website and I see Wilmington, Delaware. I'm like, what are the chances this guy lives in Wilmington, Delaware? So I call him. And I said, I have this crazy idea for a business. I'm thinking about delivering fun in the workplace, and I would love to get your opinion, and I love your work. So he graciously agreed to meet with me for about 20 or 30 minutes, and that meeting turned into a 4-hour marathon. And at the end of that meeting, Dr. Paul said, Nick, it's a wonderful idea. You should do it. You're proposing to be the tail end of Fish. Anybody remember Fish Philosophy? One of the first companies to validate that fun is good in the workplace. So he said, but be prepared, young man, because there's a lot of non-believers out there. And I, undaunted, went forward and decided at that very day that I was going to do this. It felt natural, it felt right, it felt like my destiny. So I didn't know that I was on a date with destiny that day, but that's the way it turned out. And I decided I was going to quit my corporate gig. But before I jumped off the cliff and gave up the money and the benefits and all that stuff, I wanted to get some professionals involved, and I needed somebody who was a professional at delivering fun. I wasn't that person, and I worked with 10 people in my office who were all on this committee. None of us were professionals, and that's kind of where we struggled. So I called my friend Dave Raymond. I said, Dave, anybody know that name? Dave Raymond, the original Philly fanatic, best mascot of all time. I thought, man, if go ahead, give it up for Dave Raymond, right? So if anybody knows how to have fun, it's Dave Raymond. So Dave loved the idea, and we started this company, the Fun Department. And we had some other great and very talented partners that we started the company with, and the Fun Department was born. So fast forward to today, we've now delivered more fun in the workplace than anyone in the world, and we get to see firsthand the amazing results that our customers and many other companies out there are seeing. And it's great because now the data is finally in to support fun in the workplace. So consider this, that in Fortune's companies as denoted great, out of the top 100, a whopping 81% report a fun workplace environment. And how does that break down into individual ROI? So according to some great sources like Gallup and Forbes and other notable sources, Harvard Business Review, you see things where happier, fun environments, 300% more innovation, 125% less burnout, 44% more retention, 51% less turnover, 37% increase in sales, 31% increase in productivity, and on and on and on, right? So any one of those things individually would be a case, right? A strong business case for having some fun at work. And why not? What's the downside? And if that's not compelling enough, the millennials are coming, right? So what do millennials want? They want fun. They want flexibility. So by the year 2025, 75% of the workforce will be millennials. And they're wicked smart, they're fast, they're fun, but they want to have the environment that they're accustomed to. So the world is changing in a really good way. And I'm pleased to say that fun in the workplace is easy, right? It's not that creepy old team building, boring, long stuff. We all roll our eyes and think, oh my God, another one of these. It's not that at all. Think of fun as a process. So it's these short bursts of fun delivered during working hours throughout the course of the year that produce the great business results. So I appreciate you expanding your mind and thinking about a world where fun in the workplace can actually exist, and that employees are happy and engaged, and it's a win-win-win all around. And by the powers vested in me as the Godfather of Fun, I implore you all to go out, create a little fun in your workplace, and make the world a better place. Thank you very much.